GM, good morning. Welcome to the Milk Road Show, the daily crypto show that's as satisfying as realizing you bought all the groceries in one trip. I'm your host, Jay Hamilton, and today we are joined by Pedro, CEO at Talent Protocol and a base community leader in Portugal. In today's episode, we're going to talk all about the war stories. Pedro and his team over at Talent just launched their token a week ago. We're going to dive into the war stories of what it was like to just launch a token. We're also going to talk about Base. Base is one of the fastest growing chains, over 1 million active users, 6 million transactions per day, but there's no Base token. So how do you invest in Base? Well, you can buy Coinbase stock, but how could you invest on chain? Well, you need to look at Aerodrome or Brett or another token on Base. And now we have Talent as well with their token just launching. And finally, we're going to talk about what is Talent Protocol. They've got over 1.2 million on-chain identities through what they call their Talent Passport. And their token just launched, which is up 400% in just 1 week. Before we jump into all of this and hear from Pedro, I have such exciting news, guys. If you have not already heard about our crypto investment guide, you're going to want to get this. This guide is incredible. It's free. All you have to do is click the link in the show notes, or if you're on YouTube, scan the QR code. It's going to teach you how to boost your profits of your portfolio with a clear and repeatable strategy. Everyone's looking for a framework for their investments in crypto, and this is the framework that you guys have been looking for. It's pure gold. I can't wait for you guys to check it out. So if you haven't already checked it out, make sure you get the free guide today. Before we jump in, we just need to take a moment to hear from our sponsors who make this show possible. Meet Uphold, a trading platform that's changing the way you think about money. Imagine this, earning up to 4.9% APY on your US dollars. No catches, no lockup periods, and no fees. And yes, it's FDIC insured up to $2.5 million. They offer access to over 300 digital assets, which you can trade, store, and exchange with confidence, knowing Uphold operates with a 100% reserve and a transparent model. Create your account, fund it with a few taps, and you're ready to go. Click the link in the description and join Uphold today. Do you own your data? Nope. Every post, click, and search you make is controlled and monetized by unseen giants. I've had enough. It's time for Navigate, where their mission is to give back data ownership to you and share profits with you. That's right, money in your pocket. How, you ask? First, the Navigate browser extension makes it easy to turn your everyday browsing into passive income. Second, the Data Quest game, where you can boost your earnings and help train their AI. Visit navigate.io today to earn and own your data. Pedro, welcome to the show.
What's up, man? Glad to be back.
Yeah, man. Great to see you. Last time you were on the show, we were Web3 Academy. Now we're Milk Road. Much has changed. Much has changed in my world. Much has changed in your world. First of all, congratulations on the token launch that just happened last week. I can only imagine how much work and how much stress that was on you and your team. You know, you're not launching a meme coin over here. You're launching a token which is backed by a real project, which is trying to solve a real problem within HR and within identity management using blockchain. But before we jump into Talent Protocol and what you guys are doing and what you're building, we had Jason Yanowitz, one of the founders of Blockworks, on the show a few weeks ago where we were at Permissionless, and he talked about how there are thousands of tokens that are going to be launched from real use cases, from real on-chain businesses, and he thought that wave of tokens is coming. I want to know, for you guys, you launched your token last week. What made you decide that now was the right time to launch your token? You've been talking about launching it for probably about 6 months now, planning this launch. Why now? Why was now the time to launch?
Man, the progress we've made since our last chat, I mean, both of us. So we both deserve congratulations. Look, why now? I didn't think we have a chance, really. I mean, we looked at one way. We looked at our product roadmap and was like, it's now or never. So basically, we were out of options in a way. At the same time, the team, I mean, we just wanted to launch it, like we're bear market survivors, basically. And actually, you know what? Launching Talent token was a walk in the park compared to surviving the bear market, as you can imagine. And it was a matter more like, we were running out of options. If not now, then when? You know.
Obviously, with your launch last week, launching a token is very up and down and very difficult and very stressful. And you and I were talking before we hit record today that one of the big challenges you have when you launch a token is dealing with all the farmers. You have so many farmers leading up to token launch that are involved in your project. They're looking to capitalize on your token launch, and that's part of the industry and part of the game. But what happens is you launch a token and then a lot of farmers sell, and that can affect your price. How you doing, man? How's your stress levels? How have you managed through this past week?
Look, the thing is, we were prepared. I mean, look at the market, big picture. Mind share is kind of split in between the majors like Bitcoin, Solana, and memes, meme coins or AI meme coins. And we were kind of like, okay, the odds of this being a shit show are very high, but there was a small hope that we were gonna make it in a way that or survive the week. Because we like less than 24 hours before the token launch, we announced Coinbase Ventures Base Ecosystem Fund investment in Town Protocol. Also, the market on that day was probably one of the best days. This was like last Tuesday, 29 of November, if I'm not, 29 of October, sorry. So it was one of the best days in terms of price action in the market and positivity, let's put it like that. And I mean, we were also our positioning as a base coin, and base being a powerhouse in crypto. We had some hope that we would make it through the week. Those first 48 hours were kind of like a Mike Tyson punch in the face. I mean, put things in perspective, this was again a walk in the park compared to surviving the bear market. 2022 was that was hard. Surviving that was super hard for us, especially we had to kind of like figure out our way after our first product iteration completely failed, and that period in our lives was chaotic, to say the least. So if you put things in perspective, it was just another Tuesday and Wednesday. But yeah, we did take a punch, but we brought ourselves back. I mean, we were expecting that. Let's keep building. It's still day one. Nothing changes for us. But then after the farmers flushed out, and looking in hindsight, I think one of the biggest mistakes of our team and my biggest mistakes was somehow trying to follow the what I call nowadays crypto shenanigans playbook. That's not us. We're builders at heart. That's not us. I mean, our background. We came into crypto not because of crypto. We came into crypto because of blockchain. That it brings natively that tech brings natively the infrastructure that we need to make data better. That's why we came in. And then we found out crypto is like, oh, actually, we can use crypto as a great incentive to make data better and create new data points. Okay, that's cool. But the thing is, the matter of fact is, we didn't come in for this show. Let's put it like this, quote unquote. Having said that, those 48 hours were tough. As prepared as you are, it's tough, and you can really see who your friends are and who they aren't. And farmers, they aren't your friends. But we kind of knew that, but you never know until you know, right? And I think that needs to stop in the industry, and it needs to start with the builders, the founders. We need to stop using those techniques. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense from a business standpoint.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear you say that because there is such a dichotomy between the growth tactics within crypto in that using token incentives is a great way to grow. That playbook has been repeated
Sure.
over and over again. It is a fantastic way to bring users, but are they sticker users and do they stick around? And that is the hard part. And you can get caught sometimes if you don't create reasons for your users to hold your token and to stick around.
And in our case, we could measure it as well because we have the talent passport. We have this thing called the builder score. which
Hmm.
basically aggregates, like it's a score, creates a score based on the aggregation of your credentials, your on-chain and some off-chain credentials like GitHub, LinkedIn, but also on-chain credentials from everything you do, everything from activity to building activities. And we knew, like, people coming from, for instance, we did a marketing campaign with CoinList. And most of the users coming from there, their builder score was quite low, below the average builder score. I mean, now we have the data. We know that. I wish I wish we knew this before. Nobody's fault. I mean, we dream, we build, we learn, and we repeat. Like, it's fine. And I think my purpose coming on the show, not only to be with you and learn from you, but also to share with other founders, look, this is what happened to us, and if you could avoid it, I mean, obviously each project is its own, it has its own circumstances, but if I can help by sharing, sure. I'm all about sharing and helping
Yeah.
other builders get better.
Well, and also to share with investors as well, which, for our audience, everybody here is an investor. And the thing that you really can take away from this is, here's Pedro telling you guys that when you launch a token, and we've seen this time and time again, there's a lot of volatility post-launch because you do not know what all the farmers are going to do. And most projects, whether you know it or not, have a lot of people that are there for an incentive reason, and they are difficult people to know how they're going to act, and they might sell immediately afterwards, and you might have a sell-off that happens. And look, it's not, Pedro, you're not the only project that this has happened to.
No.
It happens to every project, most notably this summer with Blast. Like, Blast has really struggled after their TGE to get back to the numbers that they had before their TGE because the incentives went away. And so that's a difficult thing. Now, I want to talk about the builder score and town protocol, but before we get there, I just want to talk a little bit more about the token launch. And one thing that's been discussed recently a lot on Twitter is there's this conversation going around the importance of getting on a tier 1 centralized exchange. It is a big boost for any project once you're listed on Coinbase, or you're listed on Binance, or you're listed on Kraken. These centralized exchanges are going to bring you a distribution to a massive audience that might be interested in buying your token and participating in being a part of your token. But there's a lot of people saying that the way in which you get onto these centralized exchanges is maybe not the best way, that you have to, a lot of people saying that you have to pay to get onto centralized exchanges. And there's just a lot of misinformation. I know you guys aren't on centralized exchanges right now, but can you, from behind the scenes, can you tell us, I mean, you're working with Coinbase and you have some sort of partnership with them. What is required to get onto a centralized exchange?
So it really varies from centralized, from sex to sex. We did get into a couple of them, Gate and Maxi. We opted in to only get into the two that we felt the most positive vibes and the most straightforward ones. We did pay some listing fees, and in I cannot reveal like the details, but usually this type of exchanges, they have a combination of three things: listing fee, a marketing fee, and a deposit that you can get back if certain conditions are met post token launch. This vary a lot from place, and by the way, they don't need to have the three. In my opinion, if you have to go with listing like that, it's better for you to just do the listing fee and be done with it. And basically, yeah. So that's the first thing I just wanted to put out there. It's quite common practice for this industry based on my experience, and it's just business in a way, right? I'll tell you one thing, Jay. It's like when I started really going deeper in the TGE, I felt that the centralized world was kind of established, right? Tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. It's not. It's very fluid. What is true today is not true tomorrow. Binance is number 1 today. Tomorrow, their CEO gets arrested. KuCoin is number whatever today. Tomorrow, their founders get arrested. And I think the system, in a way, is flushing out the bad actors. So that's good. The thing is, and I was telling you before we started recording, is like, I think this is a basket with a lot of apples. And unfortunately, a lot of them are kind of rotten or partially rotten. And I wish there were more that aren't. Now, let's not confuse like proper, even using the word proper is tough, but let's not confuse like more established brands, for instance, Coinbase. They don't charge you a listing fee. They may suggest you some marketing campaigns. I haven't gone like deep with them in those conversations yet, at least. And the thing is, it's okay if there's some marketing costs. We can debate those, we can discuss those, and maybe it makes sense for the project. I think this is a business. They have their business to run, and they're bringing you customers, trading customers. They're bringing you eventually users. There's a big difference between the two, by the way. Like in
Mhm.
Protocol, like in our product, the user is quite homogeneous. It's a builder, right? In this new product that we launched, which is token, the talent token, the user is quite diverse, like it's a more traded profile, but there's many different types in here, especially in the global south, where builders are also like traders in a way. There's more like intersection between the two. So we're still learning how to deal and grow this new product. The token, we look at the token as a product that we need to groom and grow.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if I answered your question, but it comes with all the different types of flavors.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's in many listings, unfortunately, it's a nasty business. I think there's two types of like, in my experience, there's like three problems. Number one, horrible business ethics in some situations. Number two, it almost feels like I woke up in the morning and I'm teleported straight to the bazaar, and I'm like discussing whatever. And damn, they do love those tokens, especially if they're free. And the number three, I would say, in some cases, I think there's abuses in terms of listing fees and the percentage of supply that these listings demand from projects. Like Binance is known to do up to 15%. Bybits can be like 1-2%. It really depends. I've heard many different stories from founders. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I think people can complain. They should. There's alternatives. There's decentralized alternatives, and I'm very bullish on those. So there's actually our strategy is to all in on base, and there's a lot of amazing base coins, more on the DeFi front, that we can work with and collaborate with. So you don't need to do it. I think in the crypto space, we kind of like, we think we have it figured out, but we don't. And people who've been here the most, they probably give the worst advice, because they're giving you advice based on their previous experiences, and the market is changing, it's getting more mature. And for people like me, that I'm in the space, I guess, for the right reasons, it plays in my favor, in our favor, because we just want to build cool tech that helps fix a real life problem, real world
Mhm.
problem. And
Mhm.
so I think the market is turning in our favor, and you just got to navigate these waters. And look, if you want to work with some more shady partners, that comes with some consequences, or not. Maybe you'll make it, whatever that is, for you.
Let,
um,
let's let's talk about a base, because you bring up this was a key decision for you guys,
yeah.
was to decide to launch your token on base. Why was base the obvious choice for you? And then I want to go into the key for you. Is it's so interesting to see you position, or you think about the token as a product. And what I know that, from conversations with you and your team, is that you guys are really focused on making talent a flagship token, a flagship project on base. And I want to talk about how you guys are doing that. But first, why base?
So for us, it was quite organic. The way we got to build on base. We like, they launched. People think base is around for many years, but they're not. They launched it 14 months ago,
It's crazy.
a bit over 1 year ago. It's crazy the amount of growth they had. So we launched on base. So allow me to tell you a short story. So I think in our last conversation, this didn't happen yet. So last year, on a bit before Token 2049 in Singapore, we went to ETH Singapore Hackathon. And by then, we were still in our quote unquote fuck around and find out phase, right? We're still figuring out, okay, we know our mission, we know our vision, but we still don't know our product, what it's going to be like, this vision. We're still exploring. So we use that hackathon to learn new tech like counter abstraction. We also use that hackathon to start building on base, because we felt like that the way they were creating it, and they were using OP stack, which we also had good vibes with. We just felt that it was the right move for us. Also, in terms of social fight, was quite strong, with Farcaster being one of the flagship social fight projects on base. And basically, we decided, okay, let's build a project with them on that hackathon. We ended up like absolutely stealing the show. Like, we had the funny story. I thought we won 3 awards, but I skipped the beginning of the ceremony award. So at the end, I asked I was like super happy. Hey man, we won 3 awards, to my co-founder Philippe, and he's like, "What are you talking about? We won 4." So I even missed 1 award. Like, okay, we absolutely stole the show. It felt really good. We needed that after being through a bear market. We needed that boost of confidence as well, and that was kind of like an organic kickoff to build on base. We were one of the first like proper projects to build on base. And if I may, we're a very unique project, because who's building in HR, tech, and crypto? Not many people doing this intersection. So we're a very unique project. So for them, it was like, okay, let's work out with these guys. And you know what? We've been learning tons from their team. That's how I evaluate our partners, how much we learn with them, how fun is it to build with them. And so it was very organic for us as builders. We just felt at home. Does it make any sense? And we started building with them, and just the relationship started evolving, and it's like, you know what, it's where we need to be. And they're also part of the super chain. I mean, there's other amazing projects and partners that we work with, like WorldCoin or Cello, that are joining or are part of super chain already. So it's like a big family. So it's not only base, it's the super chain family as well. So I feel like, damn, this is the right place for us. Now, was it a bit of luck? Yeah, sure, but you make your own luck in a way, right? So that's kind of the backstory to how base was very organic, and everything just came into place after that. I mean, even the investment, it was like we didn't ask; it just came through like a couple of weeks before the TGE, and we're like, "Can you guys make it fast? Because we don't want to launch the token without telling all the token holders about this. We want to keep everyone." And make sure everyone has the same information before the trading begins. And they made it fast, and just happened. It was so natural for us. I don't
the
know.
investment, just to be clear for our listeners, the investment you're referring to is an investment from Coinbase Ventures in Talent Protocol.
Yeah, through the Base Ecosystem Fund. They have multiple funds. They use the Base Ecosystem one for us. So it was kind of like one thing after another. And yeah, the relationship keeps evolving and improving. We say like we're talented and we're based, so that's it.
I love it. And obviously there's a unique opportunity to be on Base, because Base does not have its own token, but a lot of people believe in Base, ourselves included. The milkman loves Base. He tells me all the time he feels like it's the most adult chain in the room. So if there is no Base token, there is this question of like, and we've talked about this in the show before, of like, okay, I'm not gonna. Well, I'll ask you the will there be a Base token in a second, but I'm not gonna ask that first. More so, what I'm wondering is, okay, so if there's no Base token, how does an investor take advantage of or get exposure to the Base ecosystem without, obviously you could go and you could buy Coinbase stock, sure, okay, you can go do that, but on chain, how do you do that? And I think what I'm guessing is there's an opportunity for you guys to position Talent as one of the leading tokens to invest in Base. And how do you do that?
So, first off, not investment advice. I hate to talk about prices. Like, not sure if you believe me, but I haven't looked at the Talent price since last Friday. We're recording this on Monday. We launched the token not even a week ago. I haven't checked the price yet.
It's looking pretty good, man.
All right, I'll take your word for it. But honestly, I'm saying this like price up, price down. Those things I know will happen for sure. We just keep building. Having said that, there's 2 ways you can participate. Like, there's actually 3 ways you can participate in the Base economy. You mentioned the 4th way, which is buy coin stock. Okay, that's the old school way. But the other 3 ways, like, one is just do stuff. on base, like on Zora, on Forecaster, just participate in the economy, be part of this new on-chain economy that is there's a lot of creativity going on. It's totally like super freedom space, and there's a lot of innovation going on. Like, I mean, AI agents, where are they kicking off? It's on base. I mean, you have AI memes on Solana, but the AI agents, like as in launchpads and stuff like that, we built our own. It's called TalentMate, and he's having fun on Forecaster. He already made another talent agent, another AI agent friend, and he keeps helping people improve their builder score and look at their code and stuff like that. It's really cool. The things in terms of innovation, what's happening is amazing. So one thing is just be part of it, have fun. Be part of it, have fun, learn. The other thing, I mean, you can always do the meme play. I'm not a meme guy myself. I do have my meme bags, but just more like for fun, like I don't do it for a living, and I don't want to mention any of the ones that I hold. The other thing that you can do is invest in what we call the base coins, and that's Aerodrome, that's Morpho, I believe, BMX. That's talent, and by the way, we have the best ticker around, talent.
Your ticker is very good. It's an amazing ticker.
It's an amazing ticker. So it's like Vitalik, the ticker is ETH. No, the ticker is talent, and that says a lot. Anyway, no financial advice. The other thing I wanted to mention, since we talked about memes, I can clearly see like a battle in a way, but like a competitive, friendly battle between Base and Solana. By the way, you can be on both. I have my Solana bags. Okay, so we can be. Obviously, this is not like pick that. No, it's not like Trump or Aries. That's not. It's not the thing. You can be on both. It's fine. And basically, what I see is just different vibes. Okay, so I think like Solana is more like cult, and I do like cults. That they're cool. I mean, religion. Look at like any religion started almost like a cult. Like culture comes from the word cult, right? So basically that they have it, like I see that behavior, and it's amazing to observe that in real time. And also their foundation is very aggressive in terms of marketing, very, very aggressive. I like that as well. Some people don't like it, but I like it. So they have something really cool going on. But the thing with Solana is they had a sex behind them, FTX, that, well, we all know what happened. They already have a token which is doing quite well, apparently. I haven't looked at the prices, but I think so. And they have a rallied community, and they are taking full advantage of memes. Now, this is one side of the story. The other side of the story is Base. And Base in the Ethereum ecosystem is the only place where memes exist, right? But more importantly than that, it's the only place where I feel like the numbers tell that the number of builders growth. And this came from the Electric Capital report, and also the A16Z builders report that was launched a couple of weeks ago, where it's the place where the most builders are. And if you go to base.org, all of their communication is for builders. They know that if the builders like to build on Base, then the rest will come. And that's what I like about Base. Now, to answer your question about the token, the official answer is there will be no token. There's no plans for a token. But I know from my experience that plans can change. Plans do.
You mean the Base token? You're talking about
the base token. If there's one day, I have no idea. Base official statement, and from what I know from the team, there's no plans. There won't be a token. But I also know from my life experience that plans change. I mean, look at our token launch. We changed plans. We were going to launch our token in 2022. And we ended up launching in 2024. And that was good, actually, because we had no idea what we were doing back then. And we found our way. So plans do change. So I think there's a bull, I know, like bear case, bull case. There's definitely a bull case for Base having a token. I would like to support Base on-chain with a Base token. That's me personally. Pedro, this is not a talent protocol statement. It's a Pedro statement. Me personally, I would love to have Base tokens, the same way I have coin stock. So I just feel that those are two different things, and we're living in a world where the world is getting tokenized, especially the financial world, right, with real world assets leading the way. So why not, having a token? But that's my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. I hope it happens. I think there's a lot of people that think like me, but we don't know anything other than there's no plan for a token to be launched. And that's the official statement. And we're good with that. And I'll keep building on base regardless.
It's very interesting to hear you talk about the builder side of base, and really the base ecosystem is so focused on builders and how many resources and dollars they're putting into all these funds and these grant programs and marketing programs and assisting their projects in terms of getting them out there and bringing more builders. And I know you guys have done lots of partnerships with Coinbase. Brian Armstrong was talking about getting his talent protocol builder score, right? And he was posting that and sharing that.
That was a
And
fun
so
one because
it's awesome to see.
it was an app that was using our API, and they used the builder score. I mean, to calculate someone's building skills, and then he shared that app. But the builder score was there, like talent protocol builder score. I think it was 66 or 67, whatever. And Brian's main conclusion, if you read the follow-up tweet, was like, I need to keep building. So it's interesting from all that, the on-chain score, whatever, the part that he got was like, I need to improve my builder score. And I was like, damn, that's not product market fit, but we're getting close, let's keep going, So that was amazing.
Yeah, it's you. But the thing that's so interesting to me is for you as the CEO of this project, okay, everybody's so interested in meme coins right now, right? That is where all the attention is. And the reason that all the attention is there is because of the speculative opportunity is massive because they can go from 0 to 1000x overnight. They can go so fast. And because they have no utility and they have no business behind them, they're just pure speculation. So for you, you are in this position as all the, what I would call, like, you could call them altcoins, you could call them utility coins. These are real apps, real businesses that are building on chain and also have a token. You have this challenge of, do you focus on marketing to builders and marketing for builders to come and actually sign up for a talent passport and get their builder score and start to build an on-chain identity in order to solve the problem that you're trying to solve within HR tech? Or do you have to focus at the same time of this other product that you have in this other user base, which is traders and investors, and convincing them that talent is cool and talent is memeable and talent is part of their culture and they should buy and hold talent? Those are two very different things. How do you and your team think about where to put your resources and where to focus on?
Okay, very good question. Thank you for asking that. We are all like builders in our team. All right. So we are fully aware of the market landscape and that a lot of mind share is focused on memes. And the only thing I disagree with you is I think a meme can have utility in a way. And we're seeing that with some AI agents that have a meme on their own. So there's some like a rep AI utility. Also can have sentimental utility. I want to have that meme because I want to have that meme. We launched back in May a meme for builders called Build on Base. And that was kind of like, and we're still going to develop that on the side on our own free time. It's going to be like kind of a universal builder income of sorts project. So memes can also have some sort of utility. Well, having said that, we hope to see the token as a market reflection of the quality output of our work on Talent Protocol. That's the way we look at how we build. Okay. Now, yes, it's a new product and we're learning from it. Our strategy is to go more on within the base ecosystem, more on decentralized. And then eventually, if the stars align, then maybe Coinbase. I'm not saying we will. I'm not saying we are. I'm not saying we want. Okay, just a possibility, like many others. Okay, we are builders. As we progress, we learn. We create new information that allows us to build better. And I think that's what's happening with the token. We're learning as we go, and the same with the protocol. So clearly, we have two products: the protocol and the token. When it comes to the protocol, we're still learning tons. Like, I mean, our API is being used by people all over the world, and they're using our data points to create like gated events. We never thought about gated events, using the builder score to gate an event. but it kind of makes sense. So be it. People are using it to create uncollateralized lending apps using the builder score. So if you're a great builder, maybe you'll pay your debt. Maybe. All right. So there's a lot of different things. Obviously, most of them are still, like, I would say 80% of them are in the HR spectrum. But actually, we were surprised that, hold on a second. Yeah, we're focused on the HR technology vertical, but any market, any segment, any vertical that needs talent to operate it, or that services talent, they could use our data. So we're actually making our data our moat for the future, especially in an AI-driven world. I think if you have the data, like you're better protected in a way. You protect better your business, your community. So to answer your question, we are learning. We look at them as two products, but definitely our focus is on the protocol product, and looking at assuming that the traders or builders slash traders, whatever the customer of the token product is, looks at that as a reflection of the not only the quality of the output that we deliver, but also how we do it. We do it in a very based way, a very optimistic way, a very open way, a very talented way, if you will. And so we hope that people see that. And then I guess that's the reflection not only of the value, but the potential, And I think you told me, I didn't see it, but if you told me the price action is positive, then I guess people are seeing some potential in how we're building and what we're building. Now, what I can tell you is just the HR tech sector alone is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's growing 10% year on year. It's a crazy industry. Now, this can be applied to any industry, and our dream, this is well documented, our dream is that one day Jay Powell comes on stage on the Fed, and instead of using the crap jobs data that they use at the Fed level, they use our data that is on-chain, is verified, and it's real-time data to make better economic policy decision-making. Obviously, this is a dream, but, let me dream, because I dream, I build, and I repeat.
I love it, Pedro. I will dream with you and with your team. Thank you so much for joining us today. Shout out to you for launching your token to your whole team. I hope it's good that you're not looking at the price, because you can manage your stress that way. And to everybody listening in, none of this is financial advice, as you guys know, but feel free to check out Talent token on Base. That's ticker Talent, or some of the other tokens that we mentioned today. We'll see if there is a Base coin in the future. And if there is, you can bet that activity on Base will probably help you get more Base coins. So you might want to spend some time doing that as well. Pedro, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me again, Jay.
Awesome. Have a wicked awesome day, everybody. Thanks for listening in. As always, if you liked today's episode, please hit subscribe and make sure you follow us so you don't miss out on the next one. There's also a link in the description to our free 5-minute daily newsletter where we simplify crypto for you while making you laugh. And if you're willing to step up your crypto investing game, we're going to also leave a link for Milk Road Pro. You get access to our portfolio where you can see exactly what we are buying. This is your #1 resource to help you invest successfully in crypto. One final note, this show is for educational purposes only, and nothing we say is financial advice. Investing in crypto or any asset is risky, and you should never invest more than you can afford to lose. Thanks so much for listening in, my friends. Have a wicked awesome day.